Yo, it's Marlon Speaks Live. Yeah, I'm saying what they hide. History uncensored, let the real survive. Yeah, it's truth over comfort, I don't pick no side. If it shake the room a little, let the truth collide. Cause it's Marlon Speaks Live. No script, no disguise. I don't sell no lies, just to monetize. Cause the past still breathing and it never dies. Yeah, it's Marlon Speaks Live. Now the truth will rise. Yo, it's Marlon.
Yo, welcome back. Another episode of Marlon Speaks Live. Just wanted to share this perspective on this topic. Trump refusing to go to the Super Bowl. Now, you know, as I'm sure most of y'all know by now, the reasoning behind it is, you know, it's I would say shocking, but, you know, it's right on par for this president. Someone that was always in the tabloids, someone that was always, you know, looked at as a joke, especially in the black community and most of Americans. You know, this clown, he's a clown. So it's like, for him to boycott a Super Bowl because of Bad Bunny performing, it don't shock nobody. I don't think none of us shocked, and it's right on par. Like I said, we're actually happy a lot of this hate that this president and this administration is sharing. Black people are actually like, you know what, finally, and not even finally, because Trump's first term was just as bad, but this is worse, even worse. His whole cabinet and everybody that's with him are some of the most deplorable people. And I'm not complaining, trust me. I'm just saying it. You know, I'm saying it because I really like what I'm seeing, only because I know that this kind of behavior continually will help black people get reparations. This will help us get reparations. So I'm through the roof, you know, with how dumb this president and administration is. They keep it up. Like, look, a war, if a civil war happened, that's going to be the catalyst to make sure we get the reparations. That's going to be the catalyst. These folks want war so bad, they want it. They want war. You know, they are warlike. You got to understand, they don't even believe in their own constitution. They don't even believe in their own constitution. None of the stuff that these people wrote, 250 years ago now, they don't believe it. They don't believe none of it. And I just seen a video where they stole it. I haven't did my research on it, but what I plan on doing is making a video, sharing this video that I seen from a content creator by the name of Ricardo Ignatius, and I love his content. You would think he was a black person, which if y'all been watching my channel, then y'all know everybody is black. Everybody originates from Africa. We all just got different hues. You know, but yeah, let's check out this video of Trump refusing to go to the Super Bowl, which, like I said, is right on par.
Well, hard to believe it, but just 15 more days until Super Bowl 60 here at Levi's Stadium. And tomorrow we're going to find out which teams will be here in Santa Clara. We now know, though, President Trump, he will not be in attendance. In an interview with the New York Post, Trump said he was not fond of the performers. Green Day will be kicking off the Super Bowl while Bad Bunny will be performing at halftime. Trump also said he was skipping the game because Levi's Stadium is too far away, saying, quote, "I would go if, you know, it was a little bit shorter."
Where is Levi's Stadium at? I don't know where. Where is Levi's Stadium? I don't even know where they playing at. I don't watch sports, y'all. I don't really care for no sports. So I just found out who was playing in the Super Bowl. I'm not big on wasting my time sitting in front of a TV looking at people run up and down the field. Yeah, I don't even know where they playing at. I don't have no idea. Let's see where they playing at. So this Super Bowl 60, right? LV is 60 in Roman noodles. Yeah. Super Bowl. LX. Super Bowl 60. Let me just look up the stadium. Oh, okay. Oh, okay. This the Bay Area. I didn't realize they was gonna be in the Bay Area. Wow. Okay, Santa Clara. That's what's up, man. I gotta hit my family out there. I got a lot of family in the Bay Area. Man, if y'all watching, anybody watching from the Bay Area, I salute. Love the Bay Area, man. Got a lot of family out there. Wow, I gotta hit my cousins up. I gotta hit my family up that's out there. Wow, I know. Yeah, it's going down. Yep, I got cousins out there doing their thing. They got, man, Rolls Royces and Bentleys and Ferraris and shit. All off of trades. All my family in Cali are tradesmen. Like they are actively involved in the painting. They have painting companies and get big contracts and doing good, doing very good. Generationally too. This is like the third generation that my family out there been into the painting industry, and like I said, they are all gainfully employed. Not only gainfully employed, but thriving in every way possible. So shout out to the Bay. I love y'all. All my family out there. My family be tuning in too out there, man. Shout out to Bay. I love y'all cousins. But yeah, just wanted to share, like, how deplorable can you be to, and it's obvious what this president doing, but like, just like the last video I shared, where the lady from the Melanin Academy was saying, like, this guy was in our era growing up, he was known to be on the National Enquirer, the Star, the tabloids, the not so real, the fake, how ironic. He is known for being on fake news. Like, that's what he's known for. His whole, before he became the president, he was most popularly known to be associated with fake news, with the National Enquirer, with the Star. That's where he lived and thrived. And let me say this too, man. I'm not gonna sit up here and just down and hate on Trump. Now what I'm about to say, it don't endorse nothing about him per se, but what it does, I think Trump was like one of the first people that understood, like, what social media is built up on now. Likes and engagement and just staying relevant. You know what I'm saying? Just always antics. Antics and creating, just doing stuff, taking ads out of newspapers, just doing anything to try to keep your name in rotation. And I think throughout the years, that has been his calling card. Even with that show, The Apprentice, I think it was, which was really that thing that kind of like had him in the popular ethos of America right before he got elected, and being able to hate on Obama. That was his whole platform. He ran on that the first time. So for him to have that, that lie, basically, by Obama being the president, that lie for him to take advantage of, like he said before he even became a Republican, he said he would, when this is when he was a Democrat, he said, and I can't quote him, but I do remember it was something along the lines of, he could get elected president if he became a Republican because the Republicans are stupid, or slow. So it seemed to me that when Obama became the president, that was just a big red, like, man, just right in his face, like, this is his time. It's no other time. Had it been a white president, white Democratic president, I'm sure he would not have ever became the president. Because like I said, he was looked at like a joke, you know, something that was fake. But what I thought about the last video I shared too was that white America envied him. White America envied him as much as they was putting him on those tabloids and it was supposed to be a joke. That was really them helping him out by helping him stay relevant because they thought he was cool as shit, really. As much as people like me was laughing at him on those newspapers and wondering to myself, why do they keep putting him on these newspapers? They knew because people was buying those newspapers. Yeah, they wouldn't have not ever kept putting him on those newspapers and running them fake stories had they not known that it was a market for him. Trump is a commodity, always have been. His name became a commodity. He's not real in no kind of sense. Nothing he stands for isn't real. But his commodification is what I think translate to white America. Because white America only care about what they think of as the bottom line. But it's actually it don't exist. Money in the sense of like what when you ask black people, our historical relationship with money, it was of course gold, you know, resources, land, but the notion of wealth in an African sense, it was more so about influence. It was more so about impact. It was more so about who you can, you know, maybe influence to marry, who you can influence to, you know, in a communal sense, you know what I'm saying, in a way that will help everybody. That was wealth, you know, in the African term, and in the Asian term, to be able to let go of your individuality for the greater cause. That was what wealth is still. And in the African, it still is our thing too, what we believe in, right? So the European version of wealth is an individual version of wealth. They have an individualistic version of wealth. And so Trump always represented that to European white Americans. They always looked up to him in the sense of like, oh, he's what we want to be. So them tabloids back in the day, they wasn't light. When I look back on it, I'm like, because I used to always wonder, why do they keep putting this man on these magazines that no one is buying? I'm thinking no one's buying them, but they kept putting them on there because everybody was buying them. And so, yeah, most of us rational-minded people was laughing and would never buy them magazines. But you got to think, like even the popularization of Fox News, you know, that I think Fox News, you know, when somebody like me looked at Fox News when it first started airing, I thought that no one would look at that shit. In my mind, I'm like, no one is going to watch this. It's a bunch of lies. But they knew. Fox News, the people that create, they knew. They was I'm almost certain that they were involved in the tabloids before then and knew that people like Trump and the lies that they was printing made money. So it don't matter about the lie. It don't matter about the truth. It matter about the bottom line to these people. So that was the whole premise of what Trump ran on. And by that time, 2016, when he first got elected, it was obvious that it didn't matter about if you was lying or telling the truth. And I think that was the time period that people started to say, like, damn, you don't have to tell the truth for people to believe. And that was the same amount at the same time frame that social media began to get popular and the narrative started to just, it don't matter if you're lying or telling the truth. All that matters is if you get out there with this, whatever you trying to say first. And I think, like I said, going back to the way before Trump was elected, in the 80s and 90s, with the tabloids, I just remember looking at them tabloids thinking like, damn, that's so far out, right? Never would buy it. But then if you think about social media now, you don't have to buy it. You just look at it. And that just engaging with something on social media, it makes it valuable. So, yeah, those supermarket checkout lines are now metrics, analytics that, people can see the eyes that get put on something. More money, more money with the amount of eyes that people see. So that's how we got to where we got to. A lot of people are compromising who they are based on these, these social medias and the metrics that come along. I see a whole lot of people trying to justify, codifying their message and basically just bowing down to popular opinion because they think you got paid for it. That's the bottom line. Nah, bro. It's your spirit, your soul. I heard something that Terrence Crawford said on a podcast recently. Matter of fact, let me pull this up because Terrence just said some real stuff on this podcast, and he kind of like put character in perspective. Like, how much is your soul? You got a price on your soul? Like, because if you do, that should be known, like, what type of character you got. Yeah, Millionaire Mindset clip. Oh no, the pivot. I gotta find it. Yeah, this shit right here, it popped right up too. And it's ironic that it's a light-skinned brother that he talking to. I don't even know this guy's name, but he a popular athlete. But like I said, I don't necessarily care for sports, so I don't be knowing athletes' names. I haven't watched sports in over 25 years. I watch boxing, though. I don't look at boxing as a sport, man. I love boxing, though.
I always say everything got a price. Because people say, like, I love my dog. I get $100. No, I get $1,000. No, I get $100,000. Hey, you can have him. Like, my thought is everything has a price. There is not a number that can get you back in that ring. 80 million, 100 million.
Nah, because now you selling your soul.
$100 million, you can have my soul.
That's you.
Wow, y'all hear what he said? That was probably the scariest part of what, of this. When he said that and he laughing about it, he's actually laughing about that you can have his soul. I don't even think he understood that. And see, and that's why I wanted to, this is the premise of my whole podcast. The power of the tongue. The power of the tongue within all of our communities, but especially in the Black community, because we manifest, we make things appear with our mind, with our words. We have that power. All human beings do. We are all made perfect in the image of God, every one of us. So we all have this ability, but this is what we stand on because we actually manifested the people. We actually manifest people. We're the only people on earth where anyone came from. So we actually manifest people, not just material things. So we manifest what they call races of people. They aren't races. They are all us. They are us. We are them. They come from us. So we manifested people. So the power of manifestation is right in your tongue. And so for him to say, for this young man to say that $100 million is his soul, I'm sure people like Elon Musk like, wow, that's it? Your soul is worth something I'm making a day? You know what I mean? So that's why it's levels to this, man. It's levels to like who you are. Who are you? You know, and if you got a dollar amount on who you are nothing. You are worthless. You are absolutely worthless if you put a dollar amount on who you are, because we make that money. It don't make us. Money isn't even real. We make it. It don't make us. Who are you if money loses its value tomorrow? And that's the thing. So as much as this guy just said, I got to play it again because I got some people in here, and I thank y'all for watching.
I always say everything got a price. Because people say, like, I love my dog. I get $100. No, I get $1,000. No, I get $100,000. Hey, you can have him. Like, my thought is everything has a price. There is not a number that can get you back in that ring. 80 million, 100 million.
Nah, because now you selling your soul.
$100 million, you can have my soul.
That's you.
Wow. He don't even realize what he said, you know? And that's the saddest part.
That's you.
I'm trying to catch Bud reaction. Look at Bud's eyes. Look at Bud's eyes, man. It's like he's sad for the young man. He's sad for him. Like, wow, that's how much? You know what I'm saying? Like, $100 million, you put a price on your soul? That's profound. And then he laughed about it.
Now we know your character. Sometimes, you know, you look at people and you be like, dang, man, you ain't got no dignity. You ain't got no morals. Like,
bro, this is God. That's what I see when I see him. None but God. This is a man made in God's image. That's exactly what I see. Nothing more or less. And for him to be able to be aware enough, you know, on this popular podcast to share what I call God talk. God talk is not popular talk. God talk can only be felt too. You can't really understand it. You can only feel it. You know, that's what God talk is, and that's what I do. I don't do stuff for the smart people, for the intelligent people, for the people that know everything. Because the one thing you gotta know is you don't know it. You don't know nothing. So if you understand that concept, you can learn and grow to be who you were put on this earth to be. You will never know. I never knew nothing. I don't know anything, but I feel everything. And so that's what you guys are hearing on my podcast. You're hearing feelings. That's it. You're not hearing knowledge. The whole we represent, human beings represent so many different realms. We are spiritual beings having a physical experience, nothing more or less. We are God in the flesh. People with this dark melanin are. But guess what? Like I said, everybody come from us. So everybody have that. But we just happen to be the ones who literally manifested every other type of human being from our being. And this man, Bud Crawford, understands that from his talk. I know me and him could have these type of conversations. This called God talk.
come on, man. Like, what you gonna stand for if everything is about money?
I always say everything got a price.
That was so profound. When I seen that, I said to myself, thank you, God. I just thank God when I hear people speaking like Bud Crawford spoke, it's confirmation. You know, when I hear confirmation, I thank God. You know, I need it. I need that confirmation. Need that confirmation, man. That's what I created this channel for. So if anybody feels like I feel, you know, feel like, oh wow, you said what I was feeling. That's why I said it, because I felt it. You know what I'm saying? So that's what my channel based on. My channel not based on knowing any doggone thing, knowing anything. I don't know nothing. And I always knew I didn't know nothing. I never tried to know nothing. I always tried to feel everything. And if you feel everything, you can understand where knowledge come from. If you can understand where knowledge come from, now you tapped into the source. So you don't have to know everything. You just have to be open to learning. You know, just be open to learning. Because when you think you know everything, then you don't know nothing at the same time. So I get a lot of people in my comments, you know, a lot of people that know stuff that's stuck on, you know, like the Charlie Kirk type people that look at data and statistics. Those kind of people don't know nothing because they don't know who they are. In order to even quote, like even to be able to start quoting data and statistics and stuff like that in response to, you know, who, like when somebody asks you, who are you? And you start speaking about statistics and data, that means you are lost. You are part. Not only are you a part of the problem, you are the problem. You are the living devil. For you to be talking about some numbers, if somebody says, "Who are you?" You know, and that's a simple question. You know, but there's so many people that know so much, but would never know that. They know everything but they self. And that's why one of my favorite quotes is from the Killer Priest on the Jesus album, The Basic Instruction Before Leaving Earth. The line, one of my favorite lines in that song is calling on his name and screaming hallelujah when he hardly knew you. You know, it's a lot of theologians, a lot of people that study theology. They know everything in that Bible. But guess what? They don't know God. And God don't know them. So they screaming on his name and screaming hallelujah when he hardly knew you. You know, it's a whole lot of people that know a whole lot about everything on this earth, but don't know who they are and will never know because they think that knowledge is what makes them. No, it's what makes knowledge. It's God. God created all of us. That's what makes the knowledge. You get in tune with that, and that only can be felt. It can't be learned. It can't be studied. You can't study what God is. God is unfathomable. We can only feel it. You can't research it. It can't be researched. It can only be felt. You know what I'm saying? That's why I say, you know, we have to continue to document how we feel about what we are experiencing, because that is the one thing that will become historically relevant. Not no knowledge and not no data, no statistics, all that shit is going to go out of the window. They're going to come up with new data, new statistics, but how we feel about our lived experiences will change the hearts of people in the future, will change the minds, will change the spirits. We'll switch turn some switches on and turn some switches off. These things, the things that's felt, not none of that. Oh well, it says in Chicago, so. Nah, all I know is I feel God when I'm in Chicago. I feel God when I'm in Detroit. I feel God when I'm in Memphis. I feel God when I'm in all these places in Miami, in the Bay Area. Where all black people at, where all things be so fucked up, where things are so messed up, I feel the presence of God there. Yeah, and if you're in tune with it, you're not scared of St. Louis. You're not scared of the East St. Louis. No, you love it. Love when I see a Family Dollar. You love when I see a something that remind me of where I'm from, because I know it's God there. I'm real comfortable in the hood. Very in my foreign cars. I get out, look everybody in the eye and say, "What's up, God?" Because I feel it. I feel it. I go in these neighborhoods, boy, you might think it's a war zone country in America. Go to all these cities. And I say, what's up, God? Baltimore. Hey, what's up, God? DC. What's up, God? I see God. I feel God. I'm not no 5%er, but what I'm trying to say is this. Where things may look and seem to be pristine, things seems to be serene, things seems to be very nice on the surface, that's where a lot of these people that know everything exists. They know everything but themselves. They know everything on earth. They know every subject. They well versed. They done read so many books. They know everything, but they don't know who they are. So if you ask them, who are you? They'll start quoting some book, some statistics, or maybe their family, or their last name, or their father, mother. No, I'm not asking you that. Who are you? And that's a very important question that a lot of us never, ever learn. And I'm going to tell you, if you ask me, who am I? I'm God. Now, it's another question that people ask that a lot of people don't ask. But this is what, when somebody asks, who are you? A lot of people answer like someone just asked them what they call you. And them two totally different questions. So when I ask someone, who are you? And then you answer in a way like I just asked you, what they call you. No, that's how you're looked at from the outside in. When someone asks, who are you? It's how you feel from the inside out. Period. It's that dark, that only you, that first person visual. We all got it. We all have that first person visual. Like how y'all seeing me, that's what they call you. This is what they call me. But me to the outside world, this is who I am. Only I can see that. And that's why I say, a lot of people, y'all believe that y'all reflection, your melanin or lack thereof is who you are. Oh, I'm a black man. I'm a white man. I'm a European. I'm an African. No, that's your nationality. That's your race. That's not who you are. You know what I'm saying? So all the people that understand God talk going to understand this. And this is why I'm making this video, for y'all. But most of y'all not going to understand it. And that's fine. But yeah, as y'all watch this football game tonight, I'm going to watch it. I only watch it just so I can be able to talk to most of the majority of the people that only like to talk about sports in a passionate way. Like they won't even discuss politics at all. They won't discuss religion at all. These people only want to discuss the dumb shit. So I have to pay attention to the dumb shit so I can know what to talk about with the dumb people, which are the majority of the people, And that's why we in the shit that we in now, because most people don't want to talk about why Trump won the football game. They're not going to want to talk about that. They're going to just want to talk about, oh, did you see that pass? And man, okay, yeah, no, yeah, I seen it. Yeah, okay. I'm going to watch it just so I can know who won the game for the most part. But look, I know a lot of y'all are going to be betting and losing all your money. I don't gamble either. I never gambled. I don't do that. A lot of y'all depend on gambling and end up just barely breaking even when you break it down. But y'all gonna have fun and be what they told you was. If you black, be what they told you was. If y'all understand that, be that N-word. Yeah, be that. And if you white, continue to be how the devil created you. To try to manipulate everybody and take their money and think that money is the root of all goodness, knowing that it's the exact opposite. And if you just dumb and uninformed and think that sports is just about, just it's a good thing. Like I used to think, you're not enlightened yet, keep believing that, but hopefully you'll figure it out one day. Saying that sports to me, especially that when they're getting drafted, that draft is like the slave auction. Ever since I figured that out in my mind, I stopped watching sports. And that was over 25 years ago. But like I said, I keep up with like the Detroit Pistons. I'm from Flint, so the Detroit Pistons are like the #1 team in the East right now. I keep up with it just so I can know what to talk about with people that die, for these dang on sports teams. These crazy fanatical, mostly white racist folks and dumb, ignorant, black people that'll die for a football team and end up like Sharon Moore, you know what I'm saying? But yeah, I'm out, man. I'll be back with more though later. And I thank y'all for watching, subscribing. We almost to 1,000, baby. That's the goal. We're trying to get to 1,000 right now. Trying to get our channel monetized. We had over 2,000 watch hours. My watch hours is skyrocketing. I'm gonna keep on going. I know y'all don't like to see this melanin and hear this dark skinned voice. I know it get under y'all skin that we still talking and we're not cowing down. And yeah, I'm gonna get there. I'm gonna hit an algorithm. I have done this before. I took YouTube channels to many heights. Yep. This is not my first YouTube channel. So I'm gonna keep it up. Y'all keep it up too. And I'm gone. One.
It's Marlon Speaks Live, yeah, I'm saying what they hide. History uncensored, let the real survive. Yeah, it's truth over comfort, I don't pick no side. If it shake the room a little, let the truth collide. Cause it's Marlon Speaks Live, no script, no disguise. I don't sell no lies, just to monetize. Cause the past still breathing and it never dies. Yeah, it's Marlon Speaks Live, now the truth will rise. Yo, it's